This video review is being brought to you by PrimeToys.net. PrimeToys.net, where you can get your collector grade toys and not the collector grade prices. PrimeToys.net. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. This is your friend Dinobot here once again, guys, and as you can see, we're going to look at Transformers Combiner Wars Voyager class Cyclonus. Not much to say on this mold or this figure really, but because this, as everybody knows, this is basically a remold, repaint, redeco, whichever way you want to say this as, of the Silverbolt mold from the same line. Just subtle differences, of course, where Silverbolt, of course, is white, and you got Cyclonus here, which is purple, and he's got the black and a little bit of gold here for the cockpit, and his wings are a little bit different. You know, Silverbolt's is more angled towards the back, where Cyclonus is angled outward. And then he does have these little fins here on the basically on his back end, that these actually do come off, so it's a little bit of a part former, not much, but just like, you know, they're basically just like if you were using his weaponry, you know, just putting them on there. But it's not much to them at all, though considering their size, you know, they probably can be lost fairly easy. But before we really get into much more on him, on his transformation and stuff and that, let's look at what else comes with him. Of course, we have his collector's card, which again is from the game of the Transformers Legends, the mobile game. Again, I don't know the art on these, or does the art. I know Guido Guidi has done some art for these and some of the little events and stuff on that game, though I'm not sure who does these. It's still not too shabby. You can see it definitely has Cyclonus look to it, and it actually kind of resembles the weaponry that we have with this one, which we'll look at here in a moment. But it's not too shabby. I do like the art style of these, but it's not too bad. But we'll set this aside, and we'll bring in, of course, his little instruction booklet, which is the same, basically the same as Silverbolt's. Same good art and everything on it. Same, shows you all the transformation, which, like before, he's like I believe he's like a 10-step. No, a little bit more than that. Sorry about that. It's like a 16-step transformation for him to his robot form, which it's still not too bad. I do like the design and stuff they've been using on this. As you can see, the weaponry here, but we'll get into that again here in just a second. Which is actually what we'll look at right now. His weapon. A definite recolor of the Silverbolt blaster or rifle, whichever you want to call it. Again, it's not too shabby considering it is like the other. You know, you pull this apart and that's the two weaponry basically you have. You have his rifle and you have a little shield for him, or you can actually, if you really want to, use this as something else like a little drone or something like that. You probably could do that as well. It's not too bad at all. Great, nice. I do like the design for it, for being different color. I tend to just keep these together like so, just to keep it on. But let's show off this with Cyclonus, because there's a little trick to this that I found out. I can't remember if I said this in my Silverbolt review, but we will look at it here. Silverbolt has this as well, where if you flip this piece right here, you have a little bit of a landing gear here, and it works fine. You know, he'll sit with that landing gear just fine. Nothing. Granted, the wheels don't roll or anything on it because they're all plastic, because you have the front wheel here and you have basically the molded tail, you know, rear wheels right back here. Again, they don't roll at all, so nothing really doing there. But if you flip this panel up, or the front landing gear up, and you have them flipped over, you have these two holes here that you can take and peg this gun in. You can peg it in like so, sort of. I mean, you can put this back basically if you take this off, you can stick it on here, which does look pretty neat, you know, just without this back piece on it. And you got a little nothing really there, you know, for it, and it sits fine, you know, like so, but no real landing gear on that, though you can still use you know, of course, this piece here for it, you know, it doesn't really throw it off at all. So I mean, it's still not too shabby. But if you take, again, if you flip this, have this flipped up, and you have this have these combined, like so. Whoop! I actually flipped that upside down. Sorry. Or did I? Oh, well, there you go. That's right. I was looking at it the wrong way. But if you take it and you can actually peg them in to these peg holes right here, as I said, like straighten it out and just slide them in there. Oh, come on. Must not have this in right. There we go. It fits real snug. You actually have a little wheel here for front landing gear, and you can stick it, or not stick it, but lay it, you know, set them down like so. Still, it's not too shabby. It actually looks pretty good. Look at it from the top, you know, you don't really see it. You got a long barrel out here. It's not too shabby at all. Actually gives it a little bit more girth, you know, basically underneath it for the front end of it, so it's not too bad. But for Cyclonus himself, we'll just move this out of the way. You know, it is basically, like everybody says, it's a bot with a plane on his back, which it pretty much is. And it's like, as I've said before, my other, like with the aerial bots and stuff, even with Silverbolt, I don't see why a third-party company can't bring out a little piece of, I don't know, if like a big old sheet of plastic or something they can design that'll like lay like right across there. They can have it where it pegs in like right here, just enough to cover all this up and give it more of a plain body. But you know, I'm not a designer or anything. I had no idea how much that would charge or what all it would take to make something like that. It's just an idea that I've had, but we'll get off on that. Let's show them how to transform this guy into his robot mode, which is very simple, and it's normally easier to start with because he's got the same transformation as Silverbolt, but you can, with these on here, it's normally easier just to go ahead and pull them out because they're already stuck in his, basically in the bottom of his fists. Just pull them out, and you can go ahead and just set them to the side if you want to, which I'm just going to go ahead and do just to get it out of the way for the transformation, which it's very, very simple. You can start by simply just folding these tail fins down. You grab the nose cone section up here and you'll just flip this back all the way back, and it'll actually, as you see here, there's a little peg hole right there. Kind of hard to see if the light, my light is, I apologize. There's a little peg hole right there, and it'll peg right into this peg right there, like so. You then flip them over, and you can start right here, basically raise the arms out like so and like so. You can then grab, basically pull, well, let's get his wings out of the way first. Flip the wings back to the back position like so. You then take and you'll ratchet this out and down, straighten this out. You straighten this, or turn this around to this position, straighten it up. You'll reach back here in the back part and you will pull this, which I actually have no nails right now, so I can't. Come on, work with me a little bit. There we go. You'll pull this whole foot out, and then you'll bring the heel piece right to the back, and you'll flip this panel across the back cover there. You do the same on this side. Oh, I should note that when you pull these out, it is pegged into the side here, so you might want to be a little wary of that, not pulling too hard to break that off or anything. Turn it around, straighten it out, and we'll see if we can get this side a little bit easier. There we go. Flip this around, flip out his heel. Come on, heel. There we go. And flip the cover panel over. We'll stand them up there. You then can ratchet the legs, arms down, turn it this way, turn it down, turn it this way again. And this is where you can go ahead and put these back into his arms. You just take them and just peg it in right here. You can do it either way. You can do it like so, or you can do it like so. It actually looks a little bit better this way to me. Put it straight out, you know, like that. Actually, I believe that's actually the way it's supposed to go anyway. Do it the same on this side. You then, right up here, as you can see, basically his head's sticking out right here. Flip it up, and you'll just turn it around. And there is Cyclonus in his robot form. Not too bad at all. He is, again, basically a repaint of Silverbolt, so there's not a whole lot real difference body-wise other than the scheme. You got, of course, the Cyclonus style head and everything in purple, and then, of course, the Decepticon logo and everything like that. But he's not bad. Articulation, again, same as Silverbolt. Well, his head can turn 360. It doesn't really have any up and down movement. The shoulders, of course, can rotate all the way around like so. You can raise the arm up like so. He's got the bend here in the elbow. Not really, well, there's also the swivel here. And there's no real wrist articulation other than this flipping up and down like so for part of his super mode. There's no waist give or anything. He has all of it's right here in his hips, which are on these ratchets like so, and the swivel there, and of course the knee, and just this little, this little give here for the ankle. That's about all he's really got. But it's not too bad at all. I mean, he's really not that bad for a Cyclonus figure. Now, you can't, as I said before with the weapon, one thing I like to do with it is I'll take it apart. Like with the picture, you can swivel it around like so, but I tend to use it like this and have it as that shield like that, and put his gun in his hand, and you can actually somewhat whoa, almost knocked him over there, sorry about that. You can almost somewhat give him the look of the card. So that's basically what I was going for in this way, but it's not too bad at all. Again, he's nice. I do like the head sculpt on him. It is nice. I would like to see if a third party come up with a new head for him. I like to see him with like the head, the horn here. One of them, I can't remember if it's right or if it's left. I believe it's his left side. In the IDW comics, he has one of his horns like chipped off, and I would love to see that on this. I don't hate to break this just to do that to him, but though I'm sure you could, or just use a little pair of pliers or something, just cut that off. But I'd rather not. Now, why don't we show you his super mode, which isn't basically. He's not basically combined into a super Cyclonus. He's turned into a different character, basically. But we'll show that off again here in a minute, and then when I transform into a super mode, which is very simple, just like Silverbolt. You basically turn his head around, and you flip it back in. You can go ahead and... Oh, I almost forgot. It's kind of hard. Well, not really. Not as hard as Silverbolt's, but you can kind of wedge this out. And you can see this is basically the super head here. I tend to like do this just to get it started, but you don't really have to do this. I like to get it a little bit started. You flip it upside down, ratchet his arms around like so until basically the screw is facing you. Ratchet the arms down, and you'll want to flip the fist back like so. And you do the same on this side. And like I said, you flip the arm back like so, just so you can see what it looks like on this way. Straighten them out, and there's his lower body basically done. You start next, you flip the leg, which I'm doing the wrong way. You gotta get the foot first. Always forget the feet. But you just rotate the feet back in after you pull, of course, like I did there. You pull the panel back in, and then you fold this down, and you will peg it right back in as if you're going right back into jet mode with it into the back portion there. which I'm not getting right for some reason. Come on, peg in there. Yeah. What am I doing wrong here? Ah, that's why. Okay. Rotate this back around so you can get the, I'll show you the leg here. Fold the leg back up. Rotate this around, down, and like so. And like so. And then once you get this all straightened out, which I still ain't got. Am I missing the peg? Yeah, I am missing the peg hole. I was pointing at this peg hole, but it's supposed to go back here, which I'm going to have to move this to show you. There's a peg hole right in there that you're supposed to be pegging it into. I was aiming, for some reason I was aiming at the wrong one. And I'm still pointing at the wrong one. It's this one right back in there. I don't know if you can see it real well. There it is. Sorry guys, I'm trying a new technique here. I'm trying to work through the camera, so kind of a little getting used to. There we go. Once you get that straightened out, which I still ain't got straightened out on my end. There we go. That's better. Now it is. You know, then these panels here, just like on Silverbolt, once you get the head up, which is what I'm forgetting to do, you'll raise the head all the way up and around. And again, this little hole here, this peg will peg right into it. You straighten it up. And then this whole panel will form basically his waistline, and then you will bring these two sections, which there we go. We'll ratchet it in there. We'll roll around and just kind of slide in and peg together like so. And like so. And there we have. There you have. Well, almost forgot. Don't want to forget to pull these panels down for the limbs, which we'll bring in here in just a moment. And this is Combiner Wars, the body mode of Galvatronus, which from what the specs and stuff say, he's supposed to be, in this mode, he's supposed to have some kind of mind ability where he can take control of any Autobot or Decepticon that's a combiner for a limb and use it as his own. Why they got Galvatronus as him, I don't know, but we do know that there is supposedly a Starscream of this mold that's supposed to be, that's been hinted at coming out. I don't know, but or I could be wrong on that. It could be just some people who have done like repaints of it just to make it look like it. Who knows? But we're going to bring in the Decepticons here to bring in for his combined mode, which here's Breakdown. There's one leg. Here's Breakneck, aka Wild Rider, as his other leg, which they slide in just the same. And let me adjust the camera up here. And like so. Up it goes. There we go. And we bring drag strip in for his right arm. And dead end for his left. There. And there is Galvatronus in his combined form. It's not bad at all. I mean, everybody, to me, he looks pretty darn sweet. And we just combined his gun here, and we'll put it into Dragstrip's hand. The only thing I would like with this is I would love for them, as many people I'm sure have said, for them to bring out a Scourge body or Scourge figure, you know, repainted of. I've seen people have did probably just a little cosmetic work of a repainted one of the aerial bots as a Scourge. If they were to bring out a set of 4 like that, I think that would work for this. you know, definitely work for, you know, for this, you know, have four sweeps basically as the limbs. That would be really, really cool. But, you know, it's not bad. I mean, look, you swing around, you know, he does get all this back here, but, you know, that's got to go somewhere. Not really back kibble, but still not bad. You could actually, if you really wanted to, you could fold the wings out just to give them almost like a little bit of a cape. If you don't really look at the back, you could say that's like a cape design, but not too shabby. Just fold those back and slide them back. And we'll do this. We'll lower the camera just a little bit so you can get a little bit better of a view of them. There we go. And that's going to be all for this video, guys. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching. And as usual, please like, comment, and share this video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And if you would like to pick up Cyclonus here, you can go to primetoys.net and order your orders through there. I will post a link to that link below, which my dead end there is actually, he's come apart a little bit. There we go. I would suggest the code, but the time this video is going up, the code's going to be over with for the month of July. And I do apologize for this coming up late. I was hoping to get it up later. Just little issues this week's kept me, I'm a little behind on stuff, so. But also, you know, but this is still going up. And then also check out the Transmissions podcast. Good friends. Also were sponsored by primetoys.net. Definitely worth checking them out. They have a lot of great deals. We can get all, like I said, you can get your collector grade toys at not the collector grade prices. Great amount of prices there. But that being said, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter and might send me an email or even follow me on Instagram, I'll have links to those as well. But this is Don about saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.